I told you before, I'm not a rocket scientist. Okay, obviously. You hear me stumble on my words. And here's one thing that really got me when I saw this information is one of my mentors told me this. Because sometimes people come and they look at this information and they have the I'm too cool syndrome, right? Or the I'm too smart to do something like that. And one of my mentors told me, he said, Dave, which person would you rather be? Would you rather be this person that says, I am smart? Or would you rather be this person over here that says, I is rich? I'd rather be the I is rich. So the reason I share that with you is what I'm about to share in this Get Started training is so simple, but if you follow this simple process, you can succeed with World Ventures. And our process is this: 1, 2, 3, and I am free. 1, 2, 3, and I am free. And this is as simple as this business gets. So let's talk with step number 1. Step number 1 is this: 5 to 10 equals win. First thing you want to avoid when you get involved with World Ventures is avoid going home and fire hosing everybody that you know. Because how many of us, we get so excited about something new and then we go home and we try to explain this to our spouse or to our brother or sister or mother or father. And when we try to explain this information, we start bombarding them with information, and then all of a sudden they get confused and have no idea what you're talking about. And guess what? Then they'll look at you like my dad did me when I first got started and said, you got to be crazy. How much money did you lose? I can't believe you signed up for something like that, right? And then all of a sudden you get knocked down. And then you say, okay, you know what? Let me talk to somebody else. And you call your friend up and you do the same exact thing over the phone. And they tell you something else. Oh, I had an uncle that did that 10 years ago and he lost $10 million or whatever. And then all of a sudden you get knocked down again. By the time the average person gets to the third person that they know and love and they get rejected, guess what? They go home, they take a nap first, and then they quit. And what do they say? They say, oh, it didn't work for me. But what's the truth? They did not learn how to work it. See, what I love about World Ventures is that it's only $365 to get in. If you try to start your own business, minimum, SBA statistic is about $20,000 you need to cough up to start your own traditional business, minimum. $365 to start your own business with World Ventures to help you to become financially free. The great part about it is anybody can afford $365. I don't care about your current situation. In your mind, you may be thinking, I can't afford it. Yes, you can. Matter of fact, I was out in Los Angeles, and I met with a young 25-year-old who was so hungry. And he saw this information. He said, you know what? Man, I really want to do this, but I don't have the $365. And I told him, you know what, instead of giving him a crutch, I encouraged him. I said, you know what, you're a resourceful young man. If you really want this, you'll figure out a way. I expect to hear back from you tomorrow by 3 p.m. And if you really want to do this, you'll figure out a way. Get resourceful. Start asking yourself better questions. By 9 p.m. that same night, he called me up. He said, Dave, I got the $365 for you.
Nice.
He had sold some things that weren't making him any money. He had sold some things that weren't making him any money. How many of us have some useless software or tools at the house that aren't making us any money? Ladies, how many of we got purses or shoes? There's something called eBay, right? But the challenge is this. It's only $365 to get in, so anybody who's resourceful, and all of us here in the room have resources available to us, and the resources are from within. You can figure out a way. Anything you want, you figure out a way. But the challenge is, because it's only $365, a lot of people don't take this seriously. And so you know what? They don't get trained. They don't learn how to do this business. This business, if you work this business like you should, can earn you close to $2 million a year for a $365 initial cost. I don't know too many businesses out there that can provide that. So 5 to 10 equals win. So here's what you want to do. Within the next 7 days, let me ask you a simple question. How many of us could call 5 to 10 of our friends and have coffee with them in the next week? How many of us can call 5 to 10 of our friends and take them to lunch or have lunch with them? Right? That's as simple as this business can be. So here's what you want to do. Over the next 7 days, if you want to get your business launched, we call it 5 to 10. Call 10 of your friends and family, people that you want to travel with, people that you want to go into business with, people that you like. There's only one type of person I encourage you never to call, is those negative, toxic people.
Right.
You know who those are. Those are the ones that walk into the room and even the dead plants die. Right? Because if you share this with them, they're going to get involved, and then you're going to have to travel with them. You're going to have to help them build a business, and life is too short. So 5 to 10, and here's what you do. Very simple. If Ted's one of my friends, and I want to share this with him, and this is a gift, I don't call Ted, and I don't tell him about the travel. I don't tell him about a business opportunity. Here's all I say. I say, hey, Ted, what do you got going on tomorrow at 3 o'clock? And he says, nothing. I say, great, Ted, listen, I want to buy you a cup of coffee. There's something I want to talk to you about. How many can do that? Is that pretty simple? Did I say anything about this great travel company? See, the more information you give them before they see the information, the more chances they have of giving you an objection as to why they shouldn't come take a look. Because if I tell Ted, I got this great travel company, man, you got to come take a look at it. It's like, Dave, man, you know I'm hurting right now financially. What are you talking about travel? I can't take a vacation. And he never comes and takes a look. But maybe he was looking for a business opportunity. Or if I say, hey, Ted, I got this great business opportunity. Oh, he's going to say, oh, Dave, those things don't work. I know what you're talking about. And he prejudges what you're going to say because of the words that you used. Your ultimate outcome is to help him see the information at the right time in the right order. The right information at the right time in the right order. And when you set up the coffee shop appointments, go with one of your team leaders. Go with somebody on your team. Go with somebody else. So now you have a two-person sharing it with one person. And what do you share with them? You pop in the DVD. You take your laptop, you show the online presentation. You take your team leader. Matter of fact, most of the presentations that I've been doing with these two-on-one coffee shops, you know how I do it? I don't even come in with a computer. I don't even come in with anything. Matter of fact, I don't even have a pen or a piece of paper. And when we're getting ready to show them, I ask somebody for a pen and a piece of paper. I said, does anybody have a pen or a piece of paper? And I do a 4-minute little presentation on a napkin. 4-minute presentation on a napkin, and we're getting people started just by doing that. This business is not complicated, it's easy. The concepts make sense. So how many of us can have coffee with 5 to 10 of our friends in the next week? Fantastic. That's as simple as the first stage of this business is. Get your business launched, start to share the ideas, start to build your team. Step number 2, this is an absolute must. Without this, your shot of winning in this business is 0 to none, is you have to commit to training. You have to commit to training. See, I was a police officer, but before they actually trusted me to carry a gun on the streets, I had to take a 7-month academy. 7 months academy to make $60,000, $70,000 a year. 7 months. See, I went to college for 4 years. I spent $100,000 in my college university. What was my guarantee of a job when I came out? Nothing. 0 guarantee. And I was looking for the job or I was looking for the course that would teach me how to become financially free in 2 years. Guess how many they had? Yeah. 0. You know what school teaches us and what the system teaches us is the 40-year plan. Work for 40 years, 40 hours a week, and hopefully we retire on 40% of the income that we couldn't live off while we were working. I.e. our pension, right? I.e. social insecurity. So what if there was a way where we could show you to build a business where you could retire in 2 years? How many would rather do 2 years than 40 years? All day long, right? But here's the other thing. What if you just messed this whole thing up? What if you were just horrible? You didn't follow the system, you were doing it your own way and just messed this whole thing up, and it took you 5 years to retire. Are we still better off than 40? Oh. But the only way that's going to happen is if you commit to training. The only way that's going to happen, actually, let me put this light on so you can see me a little bit better, because this is more important than the screen. For the video, not for me. So commit to training. Now here, World Ventures has a tremendous training program that all you have to do is plug in. Our company has online training. You can get trained from home. Our company has live trainings. We have Super Saturday trainings. As a matter of fact, we have a training coming this weekend. Tomorrow night, we're going to be here again. Tomorrow night, we're going to be here again to basically do a presentation. So for those of you that are getting started today, you can actually build your business tomorrow. Here's what I would do if I were you. I would get home. On my way home, I'd start calling up some of my contacts, some of those 5 to 10, either meeting them for coffee or saying, hey, listen, what do you got going on tomorrow at 7 o'clock? Hey, there's this crazy Latino guy I need you to meet. I don't care what you say. Just invite him to come. And we'll show them the information like we did exactly here today. We'll show the information for you. All you need to do is invite. So tomorrow you can invite people, but this weekend on Saturday, we have what we call our regional training. Our regional training is basically we fly in some of our top income earners from around the country to train you on the best of the best that's helped them to basically become financially free. Now, one thing, how many know who Tony Robbins is? Yeah. Okay, Tony Robbins is one of my personal mentors and coach. I've learned so much from him. And Tony Robbins talks about there's 3 keys to mastery. How many would like to master this business of World Ventures? Yes. 3 keys to mastery. Step number 1 is find somebody who's not good, who's not great, but somebody who is absolutely outstanding at what you want to get good at. Somebody who is outstanding. So let's say I used to play basketball. Let's say I want to be great at playing basketball. And there's a 12-year-old that lived down the street from me. What are my chances of becoming outstanding by playing the 12-year-old that lives down the street from me? Probably not so good. But what if I had the opportunity to play basketball with, let's say, Michael Jordan? What are my chances on increasing my skill level? Even just to step on the court with Michael Jordan, I already have to up my game. So if you want to master something, step number 1, find somebody who is absolutely outstanding at what you're looking to do. Our training system only puts trainers in front of the room that are absolutely outstanding at this business of World Ventures. You could not pay any of our trainers enough money to teach you how to do this business. I'll say that again. How much would it cost for me to get coached by Michael Jordan or by Magic Johnson or whoever it is? You couldn't pay any of the trainers individually to coach you. It would cost you too much money. But by coming to the regional trainings, guess what? They share all of their secrets. They share everything that they've learned, that they've gone through, so that you can avoid all the pitfalls that we've been through over the last 5 years. Does that make sense? Yep. I don't know about you, but life is short. Life is short. You could literally take years and months off your learning curve just by learning from other people's challenges. So step number 1, find somebody who's absolutely outstanding. Step number 2 is what we call complete immersion into what it is you want to learn. You got to learn through immersion. Because if we had 2 people, and let's say this one person wanted to learn another language, we'll just say Italian. And one person started enrolled in school and they went to a course once a week for 6 months. That's how they started learning to speak another language, once a week for 6 months. And then we have this other person over here that understands the idea of immersion. And this person says, I need to learn Italian a lot faster. I'm going to go move to Italy for 2 months. Be around people that's all they speak. Who do you think is going to learn Italian faster? 100% the person that is immersed. Our training is absolutely immersion. We have about 6-7 hours of full-on training teaching you how to be successful with World Ventures, and that training is coming this weekend. On Saturday, put it on your calendar. This training isn't teaching you how to basket weave. Underwater basket weaving, that's not what we teach you to do. That's somewhere else. We teach you how to build wealth through our company of World Ventures. And here's what's funny to me. Some of you, and the training, just so you know, is $79 to come to a training. $79 to come to our training. It's a live training. It's going to be here in the local area. And you can come to the training and learn. We're going to have probably 400 or 500 of our members that are going to be there getting trained. Let me tell you who's here. Lorenzo Roybal. I'll tell you who he is. Lorenzo Roybal got involved with World Ventures when he was 18, 19 years old. Got involved, started plugging into the training, plugging into the system. Had never done anything like this before in his life. He's 18, 19 years old. By his own admission, didn't know a whole bunch of people, but he caught the vision and the passion of World Ventures. Today, he's 21 years old. He's a marketing director with our company, and he's completely financially free at the age of 21. Do you know what their team name is? Their team name is the Rat Pack. You know what the Rat Pack stands for? Matter of fact, we have some Rat Pack members here. Stand up here in the Rat Pack team. Where's the Rat Pack team? Stand up. There you go. Let's give a round of applause. Love it. Love it. Let me tell you what Rat Pack stands for. Stands for retired at 20. Retired by the age of 20. And that's what we teach people to do. It's possible with this company. So Lorenzo Roybal is going to be here. He's going to teach you how to basically tap into the young generation, the Y generation that's coming up. And also, if you're young, how to tap into. He's got people that are lawyers, doctors working for him on his team. 40, 50-year-old people working on his team, and he's going to teach you how they went about building a team like that. We also have Mr. Mark Aceta, who's going to be here training. Talk about outstanding. Mark Aceta has been in this industry for years and years and years, has made millions of dollars in this industry. He was the lead trainer in the only company in network marketing history to hit the Inc. 500 #1 spot. That company grew 36,000% in a 4-year period. Do you think he could share some insights with you? If you've never seen him speak, I'll tell you what, this guy's one of the most amazing speakers and trainers I've ever seen. He's going to be here teaching you how to build this business this weekend. And then last but not least, listen, here's one thing I can commit to you. My wife and I have been very blessed with this company has brought to our lives. But one thing that we're always committed to is learning and growing. We'll never stop learning and growing. And so we've put ourselves into environments and surrounding ourselves around people that play life at the highest level. Traveling around the country, traveling with them, not only for Yvette and I to continue to grow and have more success, but we know the more people that we can take with us, the bigger of a legacy we'll leave. So we learn and grow so that we can help other people to learn and grow faster. Does that make sense? And what I will promise you, this weekend, I'm going to do some trainings that I've never done before, and I promise you, for those of you that are there, you'll absolutely get your money's worth 1,000 times. I promise you that. There's no question about that. My wife and I now live in Dallas, Texas, so we've been training all over the world for the last several months, and so I'm so excited to be back home and training in our hometown. So I'm very excited for that. So training, commit to training. We also have mega trainings and all these other great things. So for those of you that are just getting started and you want to really kick this company into the next level, come to the training this week and it'll take 6 months off your learning curve. Okay, enough said. Last part, step number 3 of the 1, 2, 3 and I am free is go on a dream trip. Go experience our product. Because you can hear about all the vacations that we're taking and how much fun we're having, but until you experience it, you got your own experience and your own pictures and you can share your story, that's when World Ventures gets into you. Because most people don't understand all the ins and outs that come with our dream trip. It's not just about the money you save, but there's so many intangibles. I mean, we have round-trip transfers that when you get there, they wait for you with a Rovia sign and they take you to an air-conditioned bus so you don't have to deal with taxis or anything like that, and they take you all the way over to the resort. And that's all included in the price. When you go on excursions, many times we have group rates because everybody loves doing business with World Ventures, that you have discounted rates for all of the excursions that you want to do. We have a personal concierge that goes on our vacations, and you have a personal cocktail reception when you show up. And the cool thing is when you get there, you get a nice little bracelet that says World Ventures. And so now you're part of a family. You're not just there on your own. If you want to have your alone time, you can do it. Take the bracelet off and go do your thing. But you never traveled unless you traveled with 200 to 300 of your best friends on a vacation. Because everywhere you go, you see somebody that has something in common. If you're at the pool, you're hanging out and you got somebody to talk to. You wouldn't believe some of the contacts and the connections and the people that we've been able to meet with this company. When you go to the restaurant, there's somebody else that you can talk to and get to meet and get to know because you have a connection. Has anybody ever seen the movie or the show Cheers? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's kind of what like our dream trip is like. Yeah. Kind of go somewhere where everybody knows your name. Isn't that kind of cool? To go somewhere where everybody knows your name. So go on a dream trip, experience it. We've had so many members that when they got involved with World Ventures, they were kind of struggling and they weren't doing very well. They were a little frustrated, but then they go on a dream trip and World Ventures gets into them and their belief is like this. And guess what? They go out and they start sharing the idea. Because their belief is there, all of a sudden people start believing what it is that they are part of. And so go on a dream trip. How many of us here have not been on a dream trip? Just by show of hands. Okay. Go on a dream trip. I'm telling you, you'll have a great time. So here's the thing, guys. 1, 2, 3, and I am free. That is as simple as this business gets. I want to thank you guys for coming out. Tomorrow, Lorenzo, myself, and Mark Aceta are going to be presenting tomorrow. So you're going to have an amazing, amazing cast. So invite as many guests for tomorrow, and then we're going to have the training all day Saturday. Don't forget, tomorrow is also the rock event. Okay, so if you made 2 sales in the last, I believe it's almost 60 days now, you're a part of the ROCK event, which is the results-only club, and we're going to teach some higher-level strategies after the presentation tomorrow to all the leaders, okay? So thank you guys very much. Appreciate you guys. Give yourselves a round of applause.